So I've recently added some new things on my Mercari page for anybody who's interested. I've added some makeup, I've added some fragrance, I've added some clothes. So when you get a chance, go check it out. Some of you all ask me from time to time about my Mercari page, so that's why I go ahead and tell you about it and put this cute little reel up. But when you get the chance, check it out if you feel like it. Okay, girl, now let's get into this video. I like my little cute cups from TJ Maxx. I got 4 of them for $10. Anyway, so what's up, everyone? It is your girl, Gelbeauty, 87 here, aka Grace, and today we're gonna get into some new products on the market. So I got my hands on the Dior Skin Foundation Stick. I told y'all we were gonna try it when it came out, so I got it, and then I got the contour stick as well because they both dropped at the same time. Now the foundation stick was $58, and I think the contour stick was $50 or $52 if I remember correctly. I have the stuff pop up on the screen later on, but excuse me, I'm trying to do a majority full face of Dior, if you will, because I have a lot of Dior. So I figured we tried it all out today. I did finally get the One Size Oil Control Primer. I told you all I was gonna get this. It was just more of a case of like, when was I gonna get this type thing? So I finally got my hands on it, and we're gonna use it in today's video. I'm going to retry some other Dior things to see how I feel about them, because I liked this initially when I tried, but now I'm kind of just like, it's meh, it's I feel like it gives off a little orange twinge, if you will. So I'm like, I want to try it out and see how I feel about it, and if my opinion has changed on it. Oh wait, hold on. If you like new makeup releases, if you like the latest eyeshadow videos, if you like the latest complexion video like we're gonna do now, if you love a good fragrance video or a good dupe video, I dupe fragrances, I dupe lots of makeup, I mainly dupe eyeshadow palettes. But if you like that sort of content, this is definitely the place for you. Make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. Now let me zoom in so we can start on his face. Girl, sorry. You don't film for like a couple of days, you forget what you're doing, y'all. This primer is supposed to be so amazing or whatever, so I'm hoping it, you know, like lives up to its reputation. So let's put her on, y'all. So I got a concert to go to tonight, and it's the last thing I'm doing before Adriangameover comes back, and I have to start with like school life again and all that, because school, believe it or not, y'all, starts like Monday, and I'm just over here like, oh. So I'm trying to put it on places that get the most oily. It already feels like it feels kind of dry on the face, and I'm just like, whoa, huh, okay. I feel like it dries pretty quickly once you like put it in an area, so it doesn't need that much time to like play with it or whatever. I'm wondering if it's gonna be just as good as my Danessa Myricks, because Danessa Myricks is my personal favorite one when it comes to oil mattifying primers. Plus it does a nice job of blurring. This one, I feel like it blurred a little bit, but I don't know how I feel about, yeah, how it's gonna wear. It's not super hot outside today though, so it's not like it's one of those really hot days. Like if this had been like early in the week, like super hot, I feel like it'd been better. But you know, I gotta try that when I can, and of course y'all know you'll get a complexion corner update on it. I have like I was thinking about doing like a week's worth of content for what do you call it, foundation, like just have a foundation week type thing, because I have a lot of foundations coming in soon. Y'all know I got the skin tint coming in from Sigma, then I got the skin tint from who do you call them coming, Sephora. I ended up buying that. Yeah, I got the shade 6 Neutral in the foundation stick. That's usually what I wear. The powder is 6 Neutral as well, if anyone's curious. But yeah, so I got then the Ray-Ban one. I think that's how you say the brand. I'm not sure. It's at Ulta, but their foundation finally came to Ulta, so I got that coming. So I'm like, I was thinking maybe do like 3 or 4 days of foundations, and round it off with one of the Colorful versus Mutes for the next couple of days or one day. So you can comment down below and tell me what you think that's what the color looks like, but let's go ahead and rub it on my face, and you can read the claims over here while I'm doing so. My concern with this is, since these foundations always look orange to me, the neutral shades, and the Dior Forever line, and this is a stick foundation, it's like, how am I supposed to correct like the color of it when it starts pulling like orange? That's kind of why I didn't want to use the Dior powder too, because I'm like, I'm just going to add more orange on top of orange. I don't know how I feel. We'll have to wait and see. The good thing is I'm going to the concert, so it's not like people really gonna see me. It's gonna be dark, you know. They're gonna be watching the performer, not me. Because I'm like, if I'm not liking the color of this, honey. I'm gonna use my Danessa Myricks foundation brush. I like all the brushes I got from her. They're like really nice and soft. It kind of remind me of the line, the soft coverage line from Sigma. These came out first though. At least the foundation brush did. I have been waiting forever, and I'm talking about forever, y'all, to get my hands on this brush, but it finally showed up at Sephora in stage, so I grabbed it with the quickness. But it's blended out nice and smoothly. It's just, I feel like I look orange, and that's what I always hate about their foundations. I always feel like they pull orange. Like, I'm not trying to look like Donald Trump, okay? I am not. But the coverage is okay. It's not the best. I feel like I want to like build it up and put on another layer of stick just to see if we can build it up. So we'll see about that. But I'm excited because I haven't been to a concert this year. And then there's another one coming with Eric Benet on my birthday. Like, it'll be a couple of days after my birthday, so it's supposed to be November the 10th. My birthday is November the 8th. If you all did not know, I am a Scorpio. Hashtag Team Scorpio, yes. So I want to go see that one. So I'm thinking about staying downtown at like a nice hotel or whatever, because I don't know about this vacation we're supposed to go on. My auntie, she hasn't been feeling well lately, so even though I told y'all we were supposed to go on vacation, like, I don't know if we actually gonna go or not. So I'm like, since I don't know if we're going or not, I'm like, I'm gonna go to this concert and get me, like, you know, a front row seat and all that stuff, because I'm like, I want to go do something for my birthday. Downtown, where you spend like $125 a day, you get access to this lounge or whatever, and it's supposed to be really nice. So I'm thinking I'm gonna just go ahead and do that if we don't end up going in October like we're supposed to on vacation. And my mom always makes this joke to one of my cousins, the one I go on the trips with to the trade shows or whatever. She told her, she's like, I'm not giving you one of my kidneys, so if something happens, you're not getting one of my kidneys, because, you know, I've been telling you since we were kids to drink water and you won't. So she's like, I'm not giving you a kidney. And I'm just always laughing, and she laughs too, because she knows it's true. Like, y'all, my mom and my son, they're the ones who drink a lot of water in the house. Like I told y'all, Adriangameover doesn't really drink a whole bunch of like other things. He'll drink like juice, like orange juice, or like fruit punch or lemonade, something like that, and he'll drink water. Like, he literally doesn't drink anything else. Okay, y'all, it built up a little bit better to more of what I wanted. I'm feeling like once we put on the concealer and the powder underneath the eye, it should work out. So I have the shade Full Warm Olive in the Forever Skin Correct concealer. I was going to use the other one I have, but every shade I wear in the concealer is Full Warm Olive or just Full Warm. Because in the brush tip one they have, I use the shade as well, but I don't know, I was feeling this shade a little bit more. The other one gives a little bit more beige, and I'm like, the powder's gonna get beige, so I think we just stick to more of a kind of like yellowish tone beige, because of the olive. I feel like it gives a little bit more yellow as opposed to just, you know, like beige, if you will. So now let's get into this Forever Skin Contour. I bought the shade 4 Deep. They only have 4 shades. Y'all know how it goes. It's usually like a fair, a light, a medium, and then like a deep or a dark. They don't have like a tan, and then they don't have one for after that. Okay, so this is in the black sleek packaging. It is more matte, whereas the foundation stick is in like a glossy packaging. I actually like this one of the foundation stick. I think the one of the contour more, and it's actually a pretty deep contour, which I'm kind of shocked about for Dior. But my whole thing is like, now people my skin tone have to use like a light hand, which I don't have a problem using a light hand. I'm just shocked that it's this light. They did have one in tan, so maybe I should have bought tan, but you know, we're here now, it's too late. As you can see, it looks pretty deep, so I'm happy with it. I'd love to see someone that's like darker than I am, they'll try it and see what their opinion is on it, because obviously we're gonna have 2 deep opinions. Like I said, I thought the one from Makeup by Mario was nice, and then Coco's watched turn around like, oh no, this isn't deep enough, and I was just like, oh, excuse me ma'am, I'm so sorry. But I feel like this one will work out better for someone who's deeper than I am, just because, you know how it is when you rub it in, it sometimes it oxidizes and gets even deeper. so if it's this deep on me, I feel like it would be better than the Makeup by Mario one. It was, at least I think it is. Like I said, I'm not gonna try to speak for anyone who is darker than I am, because I can't tell you, girl. I don't know, but for me, it's pretty deep and pretty nice. I feel like it's actually deeper than the one from Westman Atelier after she updated, after she didn't have it. So they could have originally come out with something that was deep enough for everyone. I'm just taking this brush and starting to buff it out. So as you can see, it gives nice coloring, and it's not like it's difficult to blend out. It's pretty easy to blend out. I'm just concerned about it looking a little bit too dark and, you know, dirty on my forehead because it's a deeper tone. That's why I did it in a small amount as opposed to using the full stick and going across, because I didn't know like how deep and dark it was going to look on me. Especially in my forehead, I feel like it looks kind of like dirty because it's so dark, which I don't have a problem with. Again, I'm happy that, you know, it's deep enough to where it looks dirty on me because it is so deep. Like, I'm totally fine with that. I don't know if it's because it's a contour tool and that's why it's giving like a little deeper, darker, ashy type gray tone to it. I'm not exactly sure, but you know, kind of deeper, darker cast on my skin tone. I don't know how I feel about it, but I applaud them for having quite a deep shade, and I'm happy to see it. Let's give it a little bit of cast. I think I brought it down a little too low on my cheeks, so I'm going with the foundation brush and just kind of like see what we can do. Move it a little bit further back than I did, and you should be good. Okay. This is what we're working with. I'm feeling like the face is looking pretty cute. I'll take the Danessa Myricks concealer brush now and start patting it and blending it out. I'm trying to blend it down a little bit too. Is anybody excited about Beetlejuice? I personally just kind of like, you know how it'd be like when it's a classic and you should just left the classic alone? Like, that's how I feel about it. Like, when they keep trying to remake all this stuff, like when they remake Willy Wonka the Chocolate Factory, it's like, no, I'm tired. Stop trying to make Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. When they did it with Johnny Depp, I wasn't feeling. They did it with Kylie Jenner's boyfriend, and I'm not feeling it. Like, I'm just not feeling them constantly remaking stuff that's already there. Like, it's already there, just leave it alone. That's how I felt about the color purple. Like, I have not seen the new color purple at all. I was just like, I just leave the classics alone. Like, when they remade Mary Poppins, didn't watch that either. Like, I'm not trying to rewatch y'all remake all this stuff. Like, you know, just leave it alone. Just leave it alone. It was fine. Let's set underneath these eyes. I have, of course, my Sigma powder in the shade Honey, and yes, I will be using these powders with my what do you call it? The skin tint when it shows up. With the skin tint when it shows up. So I'm gonna just take a brush from underneath the eye, because I did not bring my fluff in here and I'm not getting up again. Okay? We just gonna. Plus, I want to use a blurring one instead of a oil mattifying one, so we could know that, like, if it's not oily at the end of the night, it's because of the primer and not because I added extra powder to help it. Now, in real life, obviously, I would use the powder to help it, but I'm like, since we're supposed to be testing it, I want to test it, and that's why I'm making sure I use this powder. Obviously, I have other, like, you know, mattifying powders that work nicely with it. I was going to use the One Size Pink powder today, but because this foundation is looking so, you know, reddish, I don't want to add, like, a powder that doesn't necessarily work for my skin tone as well as it could, and then, you know, that'd be a whole nother issue. So I'll use that in another video on another time. I'm trying to use stuff that I feel like will help offset the reddish orangeness of my face, which isn't looking as bad as it initially did when I first put on the foundation. It usually doesn't. Like, once I put the foundation on and then I start putting like concealers and powders and stuff, I feel like it doesn't look as bad as it did initially when I put it on. Like, it always ends up working out because of the other products I add to it, but it's like I always just hate, like, with Dior, it's like I hate it when I first put it on, and it's like one of those trust the process foundations for me just because of its tone. Funny thing is, though, when it comes to the neutrals in Dior Backstage, like, those look fine. Like, I don't have any issues with the Backstage line. Like, their 6 neutral does not run red, it just looks neutral. That's why I'm like, why can't y'all do that when it comes to the Forever line? I don't understand. Okay, y'all, so when I put on a powder foundation, the shade 6N, like I told you all, so I'm gonna put that on there. I'm trying to decide if I want to press it in with a kabuki brush to make it last long, if I just want to put on an actual, like, on like a foundation powder with a powder brush. I think we're just gonna put on with a powder brush, especially because I feel like this powder runs red too, and it's like I don't want to make a super red face, but at the same time I do want some coverage. So I'm like, we just put it on with a powder brush as opposed to a kabuki brush, so then that way it doesn't pull. That's just a me thing. Okay, let's put on our bronzer, which is Dior as well. I told you I'm trying to do pretty much full face of Dior, so I have it in the shade 8 deep bronze. So they have 8 shades, and their deep bronze to me isn't that damn deep. So this is what it looks like. So let's just take the one we did the cream one on and switch it to the powder side. I normally use this for blush, but I was like, since I have bronzer today, I'm just gonna use it for the bronzer. I feel like it doesn't even look like I contoured anymore once I put on like my powder and the other stuff, so that's interesting. Cause I'm like, I'm trying to set this and everything, but I feel like you don't really tell, you can't really tell that to put it on. Comment down below and tell me if you can tell the difference, because I feel like I don't really see too much of a difference, and I'm kind of disappointed because I'm like, for like 50 bucks, I feel like I should see a difference. Maybe it's just me, but I feel like I should see a difference. Because you gotta think these two products by themselves is like $100. That's insane. So this is kind of like a get ready with me to go to a concert vibes, if you will. So since my outfit is red, we're gonna do like a red eye. I got the Dior, you know, backstage burgundy quad. So I'm gonna use that, but I'm gonna use this cherry blush from Dior. Now, hopefully it shows up well. Y'all know these blushes like be lightly pigmented, so I'm kind of concerned with that. But I'm like, we just work what we got, girl. So this is the Dior blush I have that matches, and I want to do all Dior, so this is what we got to work with. As you can see, I feel like we barely see anything. Did I hear about Britney Spears being mad because Halsey like remade her song Lucky? And I'm like, but you know, I don't see why she's mad about it. Like, it's like she's paying homage to you, but they said she felt like she was like insulting her in the music video, making it seem like she was a one-dimensional character or whatever. But I heard the music video is supposed to be about Halsey and how, you know, I forgot exactly how it was, but somebody made a video talking about it. I think it was some guy named Sloan. He was talking about how, you know, she paid homage to Britney Spears, and she was, you know, all about Britney Spears, and so that's why she wanted to redo the song Lucky, because she really liked Britney Spears. And like in the video, when she shaved her head, Britney Spears thought she was making fun of her, but apparently they said Halsey had like cancer or something, and so that's why she did that. And Britney Spears didn't know she had cancer, so Britney Spears just assumed she was like making fun of her at her expense, and she didn't appreciate it. But it's like, if the girl had cancer, then you know that's what it was about. It wasn't about you. She was paying homage to you by remaking the song. But you know, which I'm noticing a lot of artists are doing that. Did y'all notice that like The Boy Is Mine, like Ariana Grande has what do you call it, Monica and Brandy on, because you know they did the original The Boy Is Mine song. So I'm like, a lot of people just out here paying homage and tribute to like the people who came before them and the stuff they did. So I'm finding that interesting. I can't wait to hear the remix of The Boy Is Mine by them and Ariana Grande. I was like, I don't know what's going on with that, honey, but hot mess. I was like, I hope it's not true, but you know. Okay, y'all, this is the finished face, pretty much. I haven't sprayed it down yet, but I didn't bring spray here, but I do have my NARS spray, so we'll just take my NARS spray down, and you can tell me what you thought about the stuff I talked about. As you can see, I'm just applying more blush because there's never enough blush, especially when it comes to this brand, because it wears off very easily, and I'm a person who face eats blush because I have oily combination skin. So I'm like, let me just, you know, add some more on because I like to pile it on. Plus I feel like it doesn't pick up as much when you put on it, and I mean, you really have to push crap out of the brush into the product in order to get a whole lot out. So after I spray my face and sponge it down, I always go back in and put more on, just because it's Dior, and I know it's gonna take like forever, and I mean like forever. This will be working with. I have no idea what lip it's gonna be. I was thinking about using the NARS Power Matte, the red shade, we'll have to wait and see what lip I use. But this is pretty much it. I'm gonna just put on a lip oil for now till I get done my other videos, and then I will see you later on tonight to see how this face will. Okay, girl? Okay, I'm gonna spray it with the short Hilary finishing spray if anyone was curious. Talk to you later. Okay, y'all, so I'm back. I put on the Dior eye quad for the cute little concert I went to tonight, and I had a cute little lip on, but you know, the lip gloss came off when I ate my a hot honey pizza. So the eyes are Dior, in case anyone cares, but y'all remember we have Dior on our face. So here is what our bronze and contour looks like. I'm shocked that I still have blush on somehow. Okay, blush, I see you, but I think it wore pretty nicely. I probably did an excellent job of controlling oil, because I've had this on since 1 o'clock and it is like 11:30, and I still feel like I don't look that oily. And remember, I didn't use a mattifying powder, so I feel like if I had used a mattifying powder, like I wouldn't look like I have any oil whatsoever. But it's like, it's very minimal like oil. It's just like the normal amount I expect it to have, considering, you know, I didn't use a mattifying powder and I used my normal setting sprays and stuff. So I feel like this primer is on point. I like the way the foundation sticks more to the skin once I put it on the face. I'm actually thinking about keeping the Dior powder now. I was going to sell it, but I feel like it actually looks really nice with this. So I think we'll actually hold on to it. So you won't catch that one on my card. Sorry, girl. I have to keep it for myself. But yeah, I think overall it looks pretty nice. The contour is the only thing I wasn't necessarily crazy about when it came to the color. But I feel like once I put my powder on top of it, it warmed up and it looked nice. I just feel like it's a little too deep for my liking, which is a good thing, because I feel like I rarely, if ever, get to say something is too deep. Like, it's not something that's too deep as a general. But I feel like this stick is actually quite deep. So I'm very impressed with Dior having the stick that I have to say is a little too deep. I feel like maybe they should put one in between there. But, you know, I'm going to work with this stick and be glad that they have one that's too deep for me to complain about it being too deep. You know, we're just going to count our blessings there. You know, but I like everything I tried. I wish their foundation sticks weren't so, like, orange. I wish the Dior Forever line was not so orange when it comes to the undertones of their neutrals. But, you know, it's something I'm used to and I know how to work around, so it's not that big a deal. So I'm here for it. It was a vibe. I had fun at my cute little concert if anyone cares. And, you know, there you go. But I hope you all enjoyed this video. Remember, you all the diamonds. Make sure you subscribe. The membership's down below if you're interested. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Be blessed, girl. Bye. It doesn't have to end here, guys. Make sure you go over to my Instagram page and check it out. I put some of the latest fashion and fun, unique things on there. So make sure you follow me on Instagram. Okay, bye.